Welcome to Heartfelt with Julie Margerison, a space for honest stories, tender truths, and soul-deep conversations. I'm your host, Julie Margerison, and here we explore the questions that stir something real in us, questions about joy, fear, healing, and the moments that shape who we are. Each episode is an invitation to slow down, go deeper, and hear the kind of stories that remind us we're not alone in this human experience. So wherever you are right now, thank you for being here. Let's begin. Welcome to Heartfelt with Julie Margerison podcast. This is a solo episode, and it is episode 58. I didn't even know I was recording a podcast this morning. I don't normally do it before I start my day working. It's usually something that I will do on the weekend, but something has really bubbled up that I want to talk to you about, and it is a major trigger that happens in me. And I woke up this morning with a message from someone who I know online who has been in my life through the podcast, who I follow her, she follows me, and I had a messenger message and it said, "Hello, dear." And it was like, oh my goodness, that triggered me so much. And then the story plays out when I get triggered, when I am called lovely or hello beautiful or dear. Dear reminds me of an old time when I used to work in the Friendlies, and the customers would come to the counter and they would go, "Oh dear, would you be able to find this item on my script?" And here I am, 56, being called a dear. And oh my goodness, it was such a trigger. I understand why people call this, I call it a superficial name. Dear, mate, lovely, beautiful. My brother, he always used to use the word, "Hey mate, how are you?" And I'd be like, wonder why he just calls him mate. And a lot of the time, I did actually ask him, "Dwayne, why do you call them mate?" And he said, "Well, they are my mate." And I said, "Yeah, but don't they have a name?" And he goes, "I can't remember their name, so I just say mate." Well, this was 28 years ago that my brother passed away. So it has been a trigger in me for quite a long time. And I don't hear mate so much, but I'm certainly hearing lovely. I was in the bank the other day and the lady says, "Hi, lovely, how are you?" And it's like, you don't know that I'm lovely. I could be a bitch. How come you're calling me lovely? And I remember when I was learning customer service at the Friendlies, and we were taught to actually just say hello. Don't even say their name. Even though they might be a regular customer, we're having this inner thought that I'm going to get their name wrong. So we were taught just to say hello. And that really resonates well with me. But in the day and age of social media, websites, there is name badges. I've even had my name badge on with Julie on there, and someone has called me lovely. And it's like, just call me my name. So back when I was taught just to say hello, I feel like that is more sincere than a blanket word of lovely or beautiful or mate. So I'm really going to sit with this and wonder how it's going to evolve. Obviously, it's a spiral and it comes around for me to look at. And the person who sent me the message this morning, I'm sure she didn't mean any harm with it. She was just saying dear for whatever reason. Is it I don't know. Is it a spiritual thing that you can't actually address people by their first name? Is that disrespectful? Because we used to always have to say Mr. Smith or Mrs. Jones, but I don't ever really call anyone Mr. or Mrs. anymore. It seems to be their first name. And I have been in the situation quite often that I don't remember that person's name. So I will just say hello. But I feel like when it's in a situation when they're messaging me on my Julie Margerison Messenger profile, they call me dear. And it's like, or they call me lovely, or they call me beautiful. And it's like, you know my name. It's not even like if it was a text message that they mightn't have even saved my name in their phone. On Messenger, it is there in big lights. So why does it affect me so much? I don't have the answers. Is it about me being not recognized for self, not me being seen, and I feel small when I'm called lovely, dear, mate. I'm never called mate. Um, Beautiful. The mate word is certainly a memory that I have with my association with my brother. He used to call everyone mate. And he was a car salesman and also an insurance salesman. So I guess he couldn't recall all their names and he just saw everyone as a mate. And sometimes I feel like it's just a habit. It's just a habit. It's just easier to have that blanket word of lovely or beautiful. So, this is something that I still have to work on because it really has opened up a trigger in me. And when I was at breathwork on the weekend, talking with Christian or listening to Christian, he spoke about it's like we have an open wound, like we have a burn on our arm, and someone just comes and touches that burn, and it's like, ah. And that was a good analogy because that's exactly how I felt this morning. And when I was talking to Russell about my trigger, he then goes, oh, well, I'll never ever call you whatever. And I said, it's different in our situation because we're husband and wife. You can call me darling, you can call me honey. But when there's someone who doesn't have that deep, close connection to me, I feel like it's not allowed. It's like maybe it's a boundary I have to set. How do I set a boundary of saying I do not wish to be called lovely anymore, or please don't call me lovely? But it is obviously something that I have to work on, and I don't really have the tools for it yet, but I am going to sit with it more. My name being Julie, I have had people who have called me Jules, and they don't, they've often used the word Jules, and I don't even actually know them. And the word Jules to me is something kept for people who I am in a friendship with, and they actually know me, and then they can call me Jules. But when someone just starts calling me Jules and I haven't got a clue who they are. It's like they're stepping stepping over a big wall that I have put up, and it is a trigger. So I do have triggers about names and what feels right, whether I feel small, whether I feel not seen, whether I feel touched on that sore spot, that open wound in me. And I haven't got the answers yet, but I just wanted to come on and share the trigger, and I wonder where it will end up. I wonder if there'll come a time where people can just call me whatever they want and it'll just not even be in reaction to me. So that's a little bit of a rant that I didn't know that I was having, but I feel like it's beneficial for me to share this because it can bring out awareness in other people. They might feel that there's something that doesn't sit right with them either. And the beauty of bringing it into awareness is the the start of the healing, the start of the healing to have the awareness. So me voicing it, using my voice is helping me unpack it. And there's something mirroring something in me. I was doing a Sing to Thrive workshop yesterday, and Julia Williamson was speaking about how when we have a trigger, it is actually a mirror for us to look at what we're not doing for ourselves. And it's like, okay, where am I not being authentic in myself? Where am I not feeling seen? Where am I being superficial? These are all the words that come up when I actually hear those words. When am I not being sincere? So there is a little bit of unpacking there for me on my self-discovery journey. And I really appreciate you being here and listening to me. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. I hope something in this conversation stayed with you, opened something in you, or simply made you feel seen. If this episode moved you, feel free to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to continue the journey with us, be sure to subscribe and stay connected. Until next time, take care of your heart and remember your story matters. Thank you.